Welcome back to the Sports Show. Let me tell you about a couple of golfs. I know the US Open's been on, mate. Simpson Cup's happening at the moment. There's a fair bit happening, so we thought we'd get two guests in this time to cover off on it. Of course, Gary Thompson always joins us from the Glenelg Golf Club, one of the gurus. Brought in a young gun. We're going to get to him a little bit later on, Jack Buchanan. Thanks for coming in, boys.
Pleasure.
Simpson Cup. Darkie, where's it at?
Oh, well, one round to go, and I told you last week we had to win, cause an upset against Kooyonga to be still in the fight. So there's still 5 teams with a chance to play in the last 4. So it's down to the nitty-gritty. Kooyonga and the Vines are safe. Royal Adelaide, Grange and Glenelg still can be a bit of a turnaround. Grange and Glenelg both play the two sides that are fighting off for relegation. So we're both going to start favourite. And hopefully we can both win. The Vines play Royal Adelaide. Who knows? It's a toss of a coin. But if Royal Adelaide lose, they could drop out, and they've been in the 4 all year. So it's got down. Kooyonga and the Vines, as I say, are safe at 1 and 2. So it's got to a really interesting stage.
And that's a great win by Glenelg, by the way. They previously unbeaten Kooyonga.
Kooyonga, yeah.
That was a great win. That was a really good win, and the most important one, obviously.
Well, we were dead if we didn't. And I must say that the standard of golf down there, firstly, you'll never get a better day at Lady Bay, ever. Yeah. It was like the 366th day of the year down there. It was unbelievable.
It was a beautiful day.
And the standard of golf by both teams was just first class. I mean, I think Jack's game, best ball, our number ones and the number twos, their best ball was 9 under for the round. Yeah. Just incredible golf for amateurs.
Which is great, and great to watch. We had a lot of people come out and have a view of the game on the weekend. As you said, Lady Bay turned on a day. The guy at Lady Bay said to me, "This never happens at Lady Bay." It was a still, beautiful sunny day, and just great for the Simpson Cup.
Well, you two blokes are giving us the weather report. Why doesn't Jack tell us what it was like to play on? Jack, how was the course, mate?
Yeah, well, I was basically preparing for the worst going to Lady Bay because every time you go there, it's wet and windy, but it was probably the first time I played it where it's been like calm, so it was pretty good. And the greens are probably the best I've seen them as well, so it was probably the best I've played that course. It was very enjoyable to play it.
It's interesting though, Jack, like you say, just touch on it there, mate. Your preparation going out is expecting it to be windy, expecting it to be crappy, and then suddenly it's a great day. How long does it take you to swing back onto, I can't believe I'm having a great day? Yeah,
I was like on the first tee and I was a bit like, wow, like it's actually, the weather's good. Like, I was a bit surprised, but quickly get used to playing in calm conditions, not too bad. Yeah, so it was okay.
Jack, you've just recently represented Australia in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about that, mate. Must have been a great trip for you.
Yeah, it was good. So I haven't been able to get overseas in the last year or two because of COVID, so that's my first trip away recently. It was just a development team, so it was 6 guys and 4 girls from Australia, and then 5 guys and 4 girls from New Zealand. Yeah. So we played a stroke play event first, and then we played like a series against them, kind of like a match play, like Simpson Cup almost thing against them. So we ended up winning by 1 point overall, Australia. So
great result.
Can't complain. Yeah, it was a good experience.
I mean, you have spent some, Phil, you have spent some time overseas, haven't you?
Yeah.
Pre-COVID?
Yeah, I've done quite a fair bit. I've represented Australia in Japan, and then a couple events in America. So I've done and then Malaysia as well. So I've done a few things before pre-COVID, obviously.
Yeah. I know this might seem like a silly question, mate, so I'm happy for you to laugh at me, but Australia to New Zealand, the greens run differently, the putting, they set up the same, but lawn's different, soil's different. Is it hard to adjust?
Yeah, it's a little bit. It was obviously quite wet there, so everything was really soft. So, and they sort of just roll a little different. So, but it was good we had an event first before the series. So it was really good to play that and then get some experience on the courses just before we play the actual event. So it wasn't too bad.
Really interested when you play on those courses all around the world, and some of them are windier than others. I mean, all sports, well, except for the indoor ones, have to adjust to the elements. How tricky is that for you? Yeah,
well, New Zealand obviously is quite windy and wet, so that was sort of a new experience. But it's not too bad. It sort of takes a few days to get used to, but then once you're there, it's actually not too bad. You can get used to flighting the ball and the way how far it flies and all that, so it's not too bad.
How's golf going in SA, mate? I mean, we always seem to be, I don't know, not looked at as being a top state for golf, which surprises me because we've got amazing talent around the place. How are we travelling at the minute?
Well, I think we're probably at the best we've been for a while. We've got obviously Jack Thompson, if you know who he is. Just turned pro, Tier 1. He's just in America at the moment, so he's definitely the stepping stone, hopefully. And then hopefully people like me, Frank, and some other guys in the tiers can sort of go down that path and sort of see where we go. But hopefully it's looking good at the moment, hopefully.
Yeah.
So Gary, you've seen a fair few golfers in your time, mate. How do you rate Jack's progress at the moment?
Very good.
Yep.
Really good. Yes, he's we probably kept him down in the junior and lower grade for an extra year, just to let him develop a bit, and he's had 3 years up in the Simpson Cup now and performed extremely well, and he's sort of come from number 5 up to number 1. I mean, I don't know whether he's rated number 1 in South Australia, but we certainly see him as, now Jack Thompson's turned professional, we certainly see him as a number 1 amateur in South Australia. So, and he's undefeated at number 1 in Simpson Cup this year, so he's performing extremely well.
The last person to do that was my lad.
Right.
He gave my lad a bit of a hiding in the first round, I think.
He did.
Wherever we played, I don't know, I can't remember where it was, but I watched Jack firsthand, and trust me, he can play. He's a very, very good player. So if we've got any more like him lying around, then I think golf in SA is looking...
It's pretty good.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, mate. 'Cause as Gary said, if you watch the number 1s run around in the Simpson Cup, it's worth going down just to have a look. Just have a look at them play, because, you know, these boys don't miss. It's great golf. It is really, really top shelf golf. So if you're not doing anything, you know, next Sunday afternoon, for instance, down at Grange.
Sundays at Grange East.
Yes. You know, pop down and have a look, because you're not going to see, you're not going to see a better golf in the state, are you? Wherever you go. You're not going to see anything as good as that.
You know, the number, you know, if the number 1s were to play in a lot of the pro-ams around South Australia, they'd hold their own.
Exactly right.
They're serious players.
Yeah, exactly right.
So Jack, what is next for you, mate? Obviously with the Simpson Cup, we know you're going to finish that out, mate. We know we're going to sit on top. Don't feel any pressure, but it's your job to win it for them.
Hopefully,
We've told him that.
I'm sure you've mentioned it to him a couple of times. How long do you reckon before you think you were ready to go and make the jump into pro?
I think it's sort of hard to tell, obviously, with a bit of COVID and that, but I would say in the next year to 2 years, I sort of this year and next year I want to try play as many pro events as I can as an amateur, and then sort of see where I'm at, see how I feel, and then just take the leap, see where I go. Not really sure. I think I want to go Europe first of all, see where I go there, but then worst case we'll just play golf here.
There's not much money in golf for the pros, mate. I'm worried about you.
That's right.
You know, though, seriously, when you look at some of the money, and I know they're the elite guys, do you ever look at that and go, yeah, I could have a bit of that?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely makes playing golf a little bit funner when you think about what could happen if you play good.
Yeah. What drew you to golf, Jack? What drew you?
Well, my dad played golf, my granddad played golf, so then they started playing golf. My brother played golf, and then I didn't really like it at first, to be honest, but then got the bug, so that's sort of how it started.
And the US Open, just to let you know, was worth 12.2 or something, 12.5 million on the weekend, which was won by John Rahm, which, Darkie, I sent a message to a mate saying, get on him before the US Open. He was only 10-1, gamble responsibly. But he won, and it was a great win. I love his passion.
Well, it was a great win. You know, when you consider a fortnight earlier, he was 6 shots in front with a round to go and was told he had COVID and couldn't play the last round out.
2.2.
You know, to his credit, he didn't bitch about it, and I'm sure there was half the pro field would have complained about it, but he just took his medicine, came back, and
won the US
to come
Open.
straight back and win that. It's absolutely fantastic.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
All right, boys, we need to wrap it up. Hey, thanks for coming in, as always, mate. Jack, all the best on Sunday, mate.
Yeah,
we'll follow your career, mate, when you make that first $12 million win.
Don't forget us.
Just drop a lazy bill in an envelope and send it to us, mate. That'd be fantastic. Appreciate your time, boys. Stay with us. Still plenty to come on the show.